Namaste, it's Renee, and welcome to my podcast, Peace, Love, Abundance. Wow, it has been a few weeks since I've recorded a podcast. I have been busy, and then sometimes it's quite amazing how fast time can fly. And really, there is no excuse other than being busy, but sometimes busy is good, right? We're getting things done. My son came to visit for 2 weeks, and we had a great time, and I miss him. My sister came as well, and it was just so much fun, and I appreciate them, and I'm so glad they came all the way down to visit me. However, with that said, it's time for me to get back to kicking ass and doing what I love to do, and that is my podcast, teaching yoga, creating things. I'm a creator. I just love to be creative and put more stuff out there and share, because sharing is caring, right? We all love to share. Anyway, it feels good to be back into the saddle. I went back to teaching, and it feels good to be back because teaching and doing this podcast and creating my content helps ground me down. Because let's face it, everybody in life likes to have a purpose. We like to have projects, and we like to accomplish things, right? So here I am, happy to be back and recording this podcast, and it's based on the skin's basic needs. Ooh, one thing I forgot to mention during my break, and even before my break, some of you know that I was working very hard to get my esthetician license active here in Hawaii. And I accomplished that. Yay! I had to take the test and study for it, which was a huge distraction as well. But I accomplished it. I am now dual licensed in Colorado and in Hawaii and ready to do some facials and body work down here in Hawaii. And along with that, then I figured my podcast might as well be based on the skin's basic needs. The skin, if you don't know, is the largest organ of our bodies. A lot of people don't know that. They don't even know that the skin is an organ, but it is. And it's the largest organ of our body. As a master herbalist and even a yoga instructor and esthetician, I believe that the skin is also very indicative of what's going on inside our bodies. And the health of our skin can tell us a lot about, again, what's going on inside our bodies. And watching your skin, taking care of it, loving it, and definitely not ignoring it is, to me, the key to good health and even self-care. Much like how Mother Nature, so plants are very indicative of what's going on in the soil or the ground or the earth around you, right? If plants are dying off and not surviving, they're lacking water, right? If you can't get your favorite fruits and vegetables to grow because maybe sometimes things can be overwatered or bugs are getting in the way and eating. But anyway, it's very visual, right? You can look at the earth or the ground around you and tell quite a bit what's going on around you just based on that. You know that there hasn't been rain in days if it's dry. You know there's been too much rain if it's muddy. So whenever it comes to our skin, every morning when you look at yourself in the mirror, every day when you look at yourself in the mirror, what do you see? Now, I'm not talking about what do you see all philosophically, but truly, what do you see? When you do a nice scan of your skin and your body, what do you see going on with your skin? Some of the common things we see are dryness, flakiness, breakouts, acne, tough, thick skin or thin skin. You might see the blood veins coming through, rashes, moles, questionable moles. You don't know if what moles you have are good or bad. Dark circles under your eyes, puffy fingers. When we retain water, our fingers get puffy, our ankles, hyperpigmentation, dark spots, hypopigmentation, the white spots, you name it, right? When you look at your skin, you can actually see a lot going on, and it shouldn't be ignored. Well, being the skin is the largest organ of the body, and very indicative of what's going on inside your body. So there's 100 million functions going on inside your body that could be displaying their health through your skin. Obviously, this could be one long podcast if I really got in deep with everything. So today's focus is going to be the skin's basic needs. The basic needs, quite honestly, is very simple. It needs cleansed and exfoliated. It needs hydration and protection. Now I'm talking about the epidermis here, the actual skin that you see. Obviously, internally, again, we could really take this very deep, but that's kind of why it's cool that I'm choosing this today, is because I could do a few podcasts on the skin. But today, for the purpose of this, we're going to talk about the basic needs without having to get too technical, too scientific, too even medical. We can all agree that these are some basic needs of your skin, is that it needs some kind of cleansing and exfoliation, hydration, and protection. Okay, cleansing and exfoliation I kind of group together because they do serve a similar purpose. While cleansing our skin with a cleanser does get off the surface dirt and some of the excess oils from your day-to-day life, you need the exfoliation as well. So I pair the two together. In my own personal routine, my favorite is I use a Clarisonic brush every day. And if I don't, I kind of feel like I forgot to brush my teeth. That's how important it is to me to use my Clarisonic brush. It's just as important to me as brushing my teeth. And when I don't do it, I feel like I forgot to do something. A Clarisonic brush, you can get a gentle head on it, especially if you have sensitive skin. I highly recommend doing the more gentle brushes. But using a Clarisonic every day with a gentle brush is more about progression rather than aggression. So on a daily basis, my skin is getting stimulated and cleansed. With this theory and idea, I can use a very mild, gentle cleanser as well. I don't have to get too crazy with a heavy cleanser that's going to sting or hurt or irritate my skin because I have very sensitive skin. But regardless of sensitive skin, we don't need to get too harsh with the cleansing because when we do over cleanse with a harsh cleanser, we can sometimes strip too many of the necessary oils from our skin and even start to create imbalances either direction. Some people who have super acneic skin and they over cleanse, it sometimes stimulates your body in the wrong way to where you produce more oils and then you get more acne because you're over cleansing. Everything in life. I'm a big advocate. I say it in almost every podcast. There's a reason for moderation in almost everything in life. So when it comes to cleansing your skin, then definitely be gentle with a cleanser, but then you have the Clarisonic brush and you can match the head of the brush per your skin type. But even again, if you have a lot going on with your skin, a lot of acne, remember, a lot of things come from the inside out. So your acne may not even be a result of your cleansing routine. It could be something you're doing internally, and another podcast will hopefully be able to get a little bit deeper into that. But today, again, I'm trying to stay with the basics. So again, another reason not to get too harsh with the cleansing of your skin, because if what's going on the surface is indicative of what's going on inside, then you're doing unnecessary cleansing and steps and even maybe spending money on very expensive cleansers that may not be serving you. You still have the acne because it's something going on inside of you. Okay, so staying with the basics. Using a Clarisonic brush and even a gentle head for most people. I'd say 95% of the people out there just need the gentle to sensitive brush with the Clarisonic and even just a gentle, mild cleanser. The cleanser, to tell you the truth, just helps kind of lubricate the skin. So when you're using the Clarisonic brush, it's not as harsh on your skin as well. It glides over your skin and cleanses your skin. Now, why exfoliation is super important is because we're constantly, every day, creating new skin cells and shedding the old. Some people who think they have dry skin because their skin looks scaly and flaky, you may not actually have what's called true dry skin. You just need to get rid of that layer of dead skin cells. So daily finding a form of gentle exfoliation to daily remove the dead skin cells. Now, when we do this, it also stimulates new cells to be created. Your skin can get stagnant if you're not, per se, exercising it or stimulating it. I was taught when I was in esthetician school that your skin needs to go to the gym just as much as your whole body does. To stimulate new muscle growth, you need to lift weights or run or do exercise, right? So your skin the same way. In order to stimulate new skin cells, you need to exercise your skin. And the way to exercise your skin is exfoliation. Now, the Clarisonic does have body brushes to where you can do your whole body. I find that that's a little bit sometimes too time-consuming for me, so I don't do my entire body with a Clarisonic brush. But what I do often is the dry brushing before I get in the shower. Now, I have a whole Ayurvedic episode on detoxing the body without having to do it via food. And dry brushing is another way to detox your body or stimulate it. What we're talking about here is stimulation. A dry brush is a bristly brush made for your body, and you dry brush. So starting with your feet, you'll work your way up your legs because you dry brush towards your heart. So start at the extremities, start at your fingers, and dry brush up your arms towards your heart. So your entire body, since the skin is the largest organ of our body, we're not just talking your face. You need to stimulate your entire body. The word dry, yes, it does imply that you do it while your body is dry before you get in the shower. So you're not using a cleanser per se with dry brushing for the rest of your body. So when you're in the shower, you can still use a gentle cleanser, body cleanser to cleanse your body. The Clarisonic, I keep that in the shower. And I apply my gentle cleanser and then Clarisonic my face with my face wet with cleanser on it. I use the Clarisonic. All right, the next thing that our skin needs is hydration. Now, many of us, when we get out of the shower, some people are very vigilant at putting lotion on your skin. And kudos to you if you already have that in your routine. But I want to talk a little bit about something like honey. Honey is a very good hydrator for your body. And my face, I can realistically use honey every day. I actually use honey in lieu of a cleanser. Or I put it on my face, walk around the house, empty the dishwasher for a little bit, and then I hop in the shower, rinse the honey off. So if you can make time for a honey mask, it's absolutely amazing. But honey hydrates you. Now, honey on my body is a tough one, especially on a daily basis. So I do try and use some honey on my body, though, at least once a week for some extra hydration or whenever I notice that my body is struggling a little bit. My face, I try and get honey on my face daily because it's just so amazing. And I live in Maui. I'm out in the sun all the time. Honey is a great antioxidant to help hopefully reverse some of the damage from being outside in the sun 365 days of the year. To go along with hydration, though, putting a barrier on your skin. So that's basically what you're doing when you put lotion on your skin. So those of you out there who are putting lotion on your skin, you are putting that on your skin after a shower because it creates kind of a barrier to hold in some of the moisture after your shower. But I'm a firm believer in what you choose for that lotion to put on the largest organ of the body is very important. A lot of products out there are made from petroleum, or they have parabens in it or other endocrine disruptors in it. Some of them can be clogging on your skin. Lots of fragrances are used. Even dyes. Whenever you're buying a pink lotion, there's dye in that. That is not very natural. I am a very natural person. And I also believe in keeping things minimal. I'm a minimalist, keep it simple. And I also have a lot of reactions to ingredients. That's one lesson I learned. Because of my reactions, it became a lesson for me rather than a burden to me that I have these allergies and sensitivities. I treat it, or I receive it more as a lesson to me that we can keep things simple. So I stick to single oils when I'm putting lotion, or rather, obviously I'm not using lotion, but what I put on my body is usually a single oil. Coconut oil is my go-to because I always have the big tub of it from Costco. But I also love using things like rose hip. Rose hip can be pricey, so I do generally keep that to my upper body, like my face, my décolleté. Décolleté, by the way, is chest. Many people, when I say décolleté, they say, what? So my face and my décolleté and my arms and hands get more the rose hip. I do, if I'm going to venture outside of using a single oil, I do like to combine rose hip with grapeseed oil. I have nut allergies, so I can't do almond and some of those kind of oils. But if you ever did want to mix your rose hip with another oil, you can. My favorite is rose hip and grapeseed because I don't have any reactions to it. I'm not allergic to it. Grapeseed also kind of acts as almost a natural preservative to the rose hip oil. Rose hip oil isn't very shelf stable. It should be kept in the refrigerator. If it comes out of the refrigerator, you should mix it with something to help it be more shelf stable. So rose hip and grapeseed is my go-to for my face and my upper body. And also I mentioned coconut oil, cold pressed. There are several oils out there. Again, opportunity for another podcast for me here. But you can really keep this simple. You don't have to go buy an expensive lotion or cream that has artificial coloring and parabens and crazy fragrances in it. You can keep this very simple. Sesame oil and olive oil are also good oils for your skin. So hydration, we talked a little bit about honey. Honey is a great hydrator for your skin. And then oil, putting the oil on top. Rose hip and grapeseed have a pretty small molecular structure that your body will absorb that. Also coconut oil. And coconut oil has a lot of antibacterial properties to it. So if you're someone that has a lot going on with your skin, like itchy patches, scaly patches, buildup of skin, and such, then coconut oil is a very good antimicrobial, antibacterial oil that you can put on your skin that can help with often what's considered candida. Candida can be those signs of where you get those dry, scaly patches and they itch. Candida, if you don't know, is generally referred to as yeast. Often it is pointing towards an overabundance of yeast in your body. So coconut oil is a great one to calm down some of the excess yeast in your body if you do have it. But oil is also going to help create protection. It's that barrier that you put on your skin to help you keep moisture in. So that's why you put a layer of protection on your skin to keep what moisture you do have, because you're drinking water all day, right? You're treating your body well and drinking water. So the oil is going to also help create that barrier to keep moisture in that you already have in, so that it's not evaporating out of your body. Also, it can have benefits that protect you from the elements like the wind and sun. I'm not talking SPF here. I'm not talking like sunscreen and having an SPF in your sunscreen. But whenever I'm even just using rosehip oil and grapeseed oil, it's protecting me from those exterior elements like wind. And with the antioxidants in it, it is hopefully helping to neutralize some of the damage or effects of the sun. But when you get into SPF, you are actually trying to deter the sun from penetrating your skin. So yes, that is a form of protection as well, to use an SPF daily on your body and on your skin to keep the effects of the sun from not even getting to your skin. But really what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the basic needs is I'm just talking about the cleansing and exfoliation, hydration, and then creating that barrier on the top of protection. Talking about sunscreen, again, could be a whole other podcast. I'm really excited about this podcast I'm recording today, because if you like this one, then you will hopefully enjoy the future podcasts coming out where I can elaborate on some of this just a little bit more. But today, keeping it to the basic needs. Remember, you want to keep it clean. You want to stimulate it by exfoliation, hydration, drink water, use some honey, and then protection, that barrier. And keep it simple. You truly can. I do believe you can keep this simple. Even the Clarisonic brush, to me, that's keeping things simple. Yes, I had to buy the brush, and I have to keep the heads clean and buy new heads every now and then. But honestly, it's pretty simple because I don't have to read an ingredients list. I know exactly what my Clarisonic brush is doing for me without me having to worry about what I'm allergic to, what I react to, and it honestly is very simple, just as simple as brushing your teeth every day. If you can brush your teeth every day, you can brush your skin. Dry brushing, Clarisonic, and I just can't say enough about it. They're my favorite routines and also the basic needs of your skin. So for today, this is where I'm going to leave you. I'm going to leave you with these thoughts and some podcasts to come in the future, getting more into the skin to help celebrate my dual licensure in Colorado and in Hawaii. And it's been almost 15 years since my Colorado license, since I got licensed. I swayed from skin a little bit when I got really deep into my yoga. But being down here in Hawaii, the beauty of the island, being outside a lot, and let's just face it, when you think of Maui, you think of facials and skincare, right? So it's really inspiring me to be here and dive more into skincare and sharing that knowledge with everybody. All of this goes along with self-care. And again, your skin is very indicative of what's going on inside your body. So if you are suffering from some deeper skin issues, you might want to look into what you're eating, what you're consuming, and what your lifestyle habits are. And we will have more to come. But today, this is where I leave you. I leave you with peace, love, abundance, and namaste.